Hello everybody! Watch this video to find out how to connect 2 or more displays to Mac. You will learn how to connect a second or third display to your MacBook or Mac Mini and extend its screen.
Hello friends! If you need to recover deleted data, view or restore removed browsing history, Hetman Software Products will help you. Follow the link in the description, download the necessary program for free, install it and analyze the disk. The utility will show you the data you can recover, so you'll be able to view it or get it back. In our channel and blog, you will find solutions to any problem, from installing an operating system or configuring it to fixing possible bugs and errors or optimizing mobile gadgets. Our specialists will answer any questions you ask in your comments under the videos or articles.
Adding one more display allows to expand the functionality of your Mac. You may need it to work with graphic images, edit videos, do some programming, or engage in other activities that require more desktop space. The more desktop space you have, the easier it is to work with several apps at the same time. In today's video, we will also explore what cables, adapters, and docking stations you will need, and what difficulties you may encounter when connecting several displays to one Mac. First of all, let's check what video ports your Mac has. The number of ports logically allows you to understand what kind of displays and how many displays you can connect. Use the following chart to identify port types. Also, there are certain restrictions that may not allow you to connect several displays at once, and these depend on the specific Mac module you are using. To check how many displays your Mac can be connected to, click on the App icon, About this Mac, Processor. For example, high-end MacBooks based on M1, M2, M3 Pro and Max CPU support several external displays, while most low-end MacBooks equipped with default chips like M1, M2 or M3 cannot be connected directly to more than one external display. This is a serious restriction when compared to the previous generation of such laptops. They were built on Intel CPUs that could handle 2 displays when connected to a docking station, a USB-C hub or a Thunderbolt 3 hub. We'll cover a few methods to help you get around these restrictions when connecting several displays. It's always useful to check this information in your device specifications or ask Apple Tech Support. Generally speaking, you can connect one external display to any Mac based on Apple M1 CPU. With a Mac Mini based on M1 CPUs, you can connect another display to the HDMI port. Mac computers featuring Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports can have one display connected to each port. Any Mac with mini display port can handle 2 external displays. Before you go about buying and connecting an external display, you need to make sure that you have the necessary cables, adapters, or a docking station, and if they are supported by your Mac. The best solution would be to use a display with Type-C output. These days, there's a good choice of displays supporting USB Type-C connection. Check how many output ports are available on your display. Usually, these are located on the back panel of this device. This will help you understand what cables and adapters are needed. Since 2018, all Macs come equipped with USB-C ports. As to displays, the most popular port is definitely HDMI, while an additional display port, DVI or VGA output may be another option available. Newer models can be equipped with USB Type-C ports. If a device has got one, there shouldn't be any difficulty in connecting it. Just get a USB Type-C cable and connect the display and your Mac. And now you get an extra display. In the display settings, you will see 2 displays. If you don't have such a port, you'll need a special USB-C to HDMI adapter or a docking station with ports to connect an external display. There are all kinds of adapters and docking stations to help you connect an additional display to your Mac. Let's explore some of them. A USB Type-C to HDMI adapter is good for connecting an HDMI display to a Type-C port on your Mac. A Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C to DisplayPort adapter. It can be used to connect displays equipped with DisplayPort. Mini DisplayPort to HDMI. You'll need it to connect a display with an HDMI port to a mini DisplayPort on your Mac. Also, there are various hubs and docking stations which are connected to Mac computers by USB 3 or Type-C. On such hubs, you can find USB ports, RJ45 network port, HDMI, audio out port, VGA, as well as additional USB and Type-C ports. When choosing an adapter, hub, or docking station, there are a few aspects you should consider. Firstly, make sure that your device supports the required number of displays and screen resolution. Some docking stations can only support one extra display or have the screen resolution restricted, for example, Full HD or 4K only. Secondly, pay attention to port types. Displays may require specific connectors, such as HDMI, DisplayPort, USB-C, or Thunderbolt. Make sure that your adapter or docking station have the required ports on board. Third, check if the selected device can support the throughput sufficient for your tasks. It is especially important when you work with high-definition videos or demanding graphic applications. Finally, make sure that your adapter, hub, or docking station is compatible with your Mac and its operating system. Some devices may ask for additional drivers or software to be installed. Such docking stations will help you get around the restrictions for the number of connected displays. Also, you should bear in mind that connecting more than one external display calls for a docking station with an external power supply. This is crucial, since several devices can consume more power than your Mac can provide through its ports. An external power supply guarantees a stable and steady connection for all displays, prevents possible failures, and brings you top performance. Finally, we have sorted out cables, adapters, and docking stations, and now we know which of them are required to get another display working. Our next step is connecting the devices. That's pretty easy. Just connect your external display with the Mac. Insert one of the cables into your Mac or hub port and the other end into a port on your display. If you use an adapter or docking station, connect them to your USB-C port first. After that, the computer will automatically detect the connected displays. If your Mac is on, the displays may flash during the initial setup. After that, you will see the same picture shown on both displays. For additional options, click on System Settings, Displays. As you can see, it shows all external displays. Here, you can adjust their resolution and change their position. This way you decide where the additional display is located in relation to the main display. Click Arrange and drag the additional display to where it should be. On the right, on the left, on top, or at the bottom. Click Done when ready. The white panel on top will show you which display will be used as a default device to show menus and dialog boxes. Now you have extended your desktop and your cursor can move seamlessly between the displays. To place an app window to the additional display, just drag it to where it should be. As you can see, it's very easy. Also, in this menu you can configure the resolution and refresh rate for each display. Additionally, you can choose a color profile for each device to make sure all colors are shown accurately. Now, let's review possible issues you may encounter when connecting external displays. If your Mac fails to detect one of the displays, try disconnecting and reconnecting the cable. Make sure that all connections are good and the cable sits tight in the port. If the display resolution doesn't meet your expectations, check if the cables and adapters you are using can support this resolution. Sometimes you can fix certain display issues by just rebooting your Mac. Quite often, it works when there is a problem with connecting additional displays too. If you need to connect several displays in addition to your main one, you might encounter certain difficulties. As I was saying at the beginning of this video, all Mac models have certain restrictions when it comes to connecting external displays. This information about the number of supported devices can be found in official Apple manuals or at their website. To bypass those restrictions, special USB-C hubs or docking stations supporting DisplayLink or Silicon Motion features are used. Make sure that your specific Mac model supports the required number of external displays. To connect a third and fourth one, you may need to use additional adapters and USB-C hubs. USB-C docking stations supporting DisplayLink or Silicon Motion feature allow users to get around the restricted number of connected displays. When choosing a docking station, pay attention to such feature. Download an app called DisplayLink Manager, install the driver to your Mac, During the installation, you need to allow the app to record your screen. To do it, open System Settings, Privacy and Security, Screen and System Audio Recording. When you install the software and enable the permission, the driver feature will become available, and the third display should appear in the settings. This is where you can set up the display arrangement and other options. Summing up, now you know how to connect two displays to your Mac and configure them for a most comfortable workflow. As to DisplayLink and Instant View drivers, they are perfectly suited to add several displays to Mac computers based on M1, M2, and M3 CPUs, but there is a catch. Some protected content in streaming apps Netflix, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, or YouTube TV may not be played properly. The picture will not be shown and only the audio will be available. Everything depends on how macOS interacts with the driver. As soon as one display supporting DisplayLink is connected, the protected content becomes inaccessible on all displays. This issue is related to DRM, which stands for Digital Rights Management protocols that streaming services use to protect their content. Since DisplayLink and Instant View require your permission to record the screen, the protection feature gets activated because it thinks you are trying to record the protected content, not just watch it on another display. So, when buying such devices, always remember about this peculiarity. And that is all for now. I hope this video was useful. Remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Leave your comments under the video. Thank you for watching and good luck!